Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and here with the third track from 21 Pilots' album Trench, and the song is called Morph. I had a quick look at the lyrics because I have to pull them up, and I wanted to have a quick look to see, can I make sense of them? Not entirely sure. Did look up some information on one of the names just to help me out. But basically, I'm listening to this one for the first time, and then we'll go through the lyrics and see if I can dissect some meaning. I know the album goes a lot into the lore, which I'm not very familiar with. I have bits and pieces that people have told me, but I'm trying to also extract meaning from the songs without going too much into the fictional story, because I want to see if there is something there for people who don't go into the lore that much. Let's have a listen. Okay, this is a live version, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the audience isn't too loud and we can hear the music. And I should mention, I'm not saying that that the lore is not interesting. I'm sure it's amazingly interesting, but it's been going on a long time, so it's quite complex and takes a lot of time, I think, to go through it all, from what I understand. So let's see if we can extract something, maybe partially connected to it, but maybe for someone who's just listening to the song doesn't make sense by itself. All right, let's go. Morph, Lollapalooza, Argentina, 2019.
Repeat after me. Get the spotlight on me. Come on. Hey! No, no, no. Hey! No, no, no. Can't stop thinking about if and when I die for it. Now I see that if and when I truly different cries for it. If it's purely panic, and when it's all of sorrow. One evades today, one the other spies tomorrow. We're surrounded, and we're hounded. There's no above or under or around it. For above is blind belief, and under is hard to sleep. And around is scientific miracle. Let's pick above and see. For if when we go above, the question still remains. Are we still in love, and is it possible we feel the same? And that's when going under starts to take my wonder. But until that time, I'll try to sing it. If I keep moving, they won't know. I'm lost to someone else. Why they throwing me so slow? Hey. I'm lost to someone else. I'm just slow. I'm off to someone else. If it's like a listen alone. They'll always try to stop me, that Nicholas Forbaki. He's got no friends close, but those who know him most know he goes by Nico. Told me I'm a copy when I hear a mockery. That's almost stopped me, but we're surrounded and we're hounded. There's no above or a secret door. What are we here for? If not to run straight through all I torment cause, but until that time, I'll try to sing this. If I keep moving, they won't know. I'm on to someone else. Why they throwing me too slow? I'm on to someone else. I'm just slow. I'm off to someone else. If it's like a listen more. Hey! No, no, no.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the rap. I like the backing vocals as well, and of course the drumming is good. Josh is always good, and Tyler's voice, while not as I don't want to say not as impressive, but not as noticeable so far. There's still more to come. In some ways, I'm having a little bit of trouble picking out the lyrics as well. So once you've read them, heard them several times, I'm sure it's very easy to pick out, but I'm having a little bit of trouble. But yeah, it's very good so far. Let me back it up a little bit. I like the performance too. I like the way Tyler's moving around, and the connection to the audience is always good.
I'm off to someone else. If it's like a listen more. Hey! No, no, no. Hey! No, no, no. Lights they blink to me, transmitting things to me. Ones and zeros, ergo this symphony. Anybody listening? Ones and zeros, count to infinity. Ones and zeros, I'm surrounded and I'm hounded. There's no above or under or around it. From love is blind belief. And under a sword to sleep. And around a scientific miracle, let's pick above and see. For instance, when we go above, the question still remains. We're still in love, and is it possible we feel the same? And that's when going under starts to take my wonder. But until that time, I'm off to someone
Okay.
If I keep moving,
Now what?
they won't know. What they throw at me's too slow. I'm just a girl. I'm off to someone else. Even when it's alone.
Ooh, sweet.
Hey, no, no, no. Hey, no, no, no. I'm just a ghost. I'm off to someone else. Defense mechanism on.
That was beautiful. What's Josh up to? Oh, yes. Okay. Well, talk about crowd participation, right? Ay, ay, ay. So they put this out in the crowd, but are there Confederates out there that are underneath just to ensure? I'm sure there must be, just to ensure that this works. So both fans and people they've planted, I think. Yeah, there's a crew there. Nevertheless, that's amazing. Steady, steady. Fun. Here we go. Wow. Cool. That would have been very exciting when you if you're in the crowd. Nice. Hold 'em up. Wow. Look at the crowd, eh? I'll just stop there. That was incredible. Really, really good. Again, sort of a different sound to some extent, and mostly a sort of slower rap talk, but then there was a bit of singing going on, of course, great drumming, and then going into the crowd. That'd be a real crowd pleaser. I wonder if they have to sign waivers before they go in. I think you have to do that for everything now, don't you? So it doesn't matter what you do. That was really good. I think the lyrics are going to be interesting. So let's have a look at the lyrics now. Morph by 21 Pilots. Of course, Tyler writes the lyrics. Can't stop thinking about if and when I die, I'd die. For now I see that if and when are truly different cries. For if is purely panic, and when is solemn sorrow, and one invades today while the other spies tomorrow. So if and when I die, well, the if doesn't make sense. Of course, you're going to die at some point. Uh, so now I see that if and when are truly different cries. Yes, for if is purely panic, worried about death, afraid of our deaths. It's fairly natural, I think, particularly when you're young. And when is solemn sorrow, sort of a recognition of the reality of it, I think. And one invades today while the other spies tomorrow. So one, you're afraid of dying now, or too young, let's say, and the other one is more about the distance and the inevitable. We're surrounded and we're hounded. There's no above or under or around it. For above is blind belief, and under is sword to sleeve, and around is scientific miracle. Let's pick above and see. For if and when we go above, the question still remains, are we still in love? And is it possible we feel the same? And that's when going under starts to take my wonder. But until that time, I'll try to sing this. Okay, so there's a lot in there possibly. We're surrounded and we're hounded. Um, there's no above or under or around it. So this, he says there's none of that, but above is blind belief, so faith, believing in uh, God and heaven and everything is going to turn out right. And under is sword to sleeve, so I'm guessing that's battling human nature, whatever. And around is scientific miracle. Well, that's a bit wrong. Science isn't necessarily looking for miracles. They use the word miracle too often in colloquially, but yeah, science is not looking for everlasting life, really. We may get there, but it's probably going to be AI, so are we really human at that point? Uh, it's just looking for improvement, and it never has a final answer. It's not like faith, which says it does have a final answer, which is a lie. Uh, but I understand why people want to believe. It's much more comforting to go up above and just let's just ignore what we know is real and pretend that we're going to have this amazing everlasting life. When you think about it, it's not so amazing. Do you really want everlasting life? But lots and lots and lots in there to drill down into if you really want to. Uh, Yes, and that's when going under starts to take my wonder. Yeah, because you want to see what is there. If I keep moving, they won't know. I'll morph to someone else. What they throw at me is too slow. I'll morph into someone else. So he's going to keep changing to try to navigate all of this, to try to work it out. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's what it sounds like. I'll morph to someone else. I'm just a ghost. I'll morph to someone else. Defense mechanism mode. Yeah, so you're defending yourself by changing and shifting and in a sense trying to be a ghost, as he says, but in a sense trying to be not one person but many, and so you can get through this maze of difficulties and problems and maybe find a solution. He'll always try to stop me. That Nicholas Bourbaki. That's why I looked it up because I didn't know what he was talking about here. But this is to do with Dima, and this is, what is this, the main bishop or something like that, I think. He's got no friends close, but those who know him most know he goes by Nico. He told me I'm a copy. When I'd hear him mock me, that's almost stopped me while we're surrounded and we're hounded. So I'm also wondering a little bit whether, part of this lore or legend, uh, Nico is seen as a separate person, this Nicholas Bourbaki or whatever. Um, but is it also just in the mind too, right? Is this just another part of you? He told me I'm um, a copy of what I don't know. But of course, can be a part of the faith too. You're made in the image, right? So in a sense, you're a copy. When I'd hear him mock me, that's almost stopped me. Okay, yeah. So I'm not sure what to say there. There's no above or a secret door. What are we here for? If not to run straight through all our tormentors. But until that time, I'll try and sing this. If I keep moving, they won't know. I'll morph to someone else. Yeah, what they throw at me is too slow because he's going to shift, right? He's going to morph into something else. Um, It's funny, he says there's no above or a secret door because later he said he'd go above. And here he's saying there is no above. So you could argue, as I often do, and people probably don't like me for it, and that's fine, uh, that he is challenging the idea that there is such a thing. But it's comforting. It's comforting to go there and believe it, at least at times. Lights they blink to me, transmitting things to me, ones and zeros, ergo this symphony. Anybody listening, ones and zeros count to infinity, ones and zeros. So ones and zeros is, binary code for computers, etc. Um, Lights they blink at me, transmitting things, so sending messages. And then ergo this symphony, so his music, his singing, his and his lyrics too, I think. Transmitting things to me, ones and zeros, ergo this symphony. Is anybody listening? Yeah, I think lots of people are listening to 21 Pilots. Um, Count to infinity. Yeah, so in theory at least, these messages could go on to infinity, ones and zeros. Mhm. I'm surrounded and I'm hounded. There's no above or under or around it, so none of those things he's saying exist. For above is blind belief and under is sword to sleeve. So we talked about this earlier, and around is scientific miracle. Let's pick above and see. I don't know. Why pick above? Why pick blind belief? That doesn't seem like the best choice to me. Although I understand sometimes maybe going there can be a relief. For if and when we go above, the question still remains. Yeah, we've sort of read all of these, but until that time, I'll morph to someone else. Yeah, very good. Excellent lyrics. Lots you could dig out of there. Lots of different things that I haven't mentioned, of course. But yeah, very, very interesting. And I like the live presentation of the song too. It was excellent. There we go. Let me know what you think about Morph or about any of 21 Pilot songs. Let me know who else you would like to hear from also, and I'll add it to the list. We're getting a nice long list now. I've got lots of reactions ready to go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're growing nicely. Like the video if you do. I hope you do. And comment if you want, and I will respond. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Keep listening. Keep having fun. Bye bye for now.